In the running for the favorite book I've read this year is The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt. If you have children, you 100% need to read this book. It is mandatory. I demand you read this book. You have to read this book. It is probably the biggest challenge in parenting right now, and that is, how do you deal with children and smartphones and electronic devices and social media? Like, we are not prepared for this, guys. Like, we are so far behind the power curve. You know, the iPhone was introduced, I think, around 2007, but it was really around like 2010, 2011 that everybody started getting smartphones, and they started getting in the hands of teenagers and then adolescents, like preteens. Now it's not uncommon to have 7, 8-year-olds have smartphones, and your kids are gonna face so much because of this crazy technology where they have access to everything in the world and all the good that goes with that and all the bad that goes with that at a super young age where their brains aren't fully formed and they're in these critical formative years. The Anxious Generation, the first half of the book, it just hits you with data and data and data and proves beyond a doubt, like there is no question, smartphones and social media especially are just cooking the brains of our young children. Like, they are more anxious, and it's not just they're imagining they're more anxious or they're imagining they're more depressed and it's made up stuff. I'm talking there's more suicides, guys. There's more hospitalizations. There's concrete data that of self-harm, of bullying that leads to these terrible outcomes for kids, and they're exposed to pornography. They're exposed to just all these different things that like they shouldn't be exposed to at really young age in massive quantities, and their time is being sucked into these devices at an obscene rate. I'm talking like 8, 10, 14 hours a day, and these it's especially harmful to young girls. I've got 3 girls, and man, the girls get it harder at younger ages, and they develop really unhealthy images of themselves and of their, and like our brains are just not wired to deal with this stuff at a young age. And if you're an adult watching this, you know that's true for yourself at an older age. So like all of us adults are crackhead addicts getting jacked up by our smartphones as well, turning into zombies and not being able to control ourselves and our attention span. So if it's messing with us, fully formed adults, as bad as it is, of course it's hitting the 10, 12, 14-year-olds way harder that are trying to figure out how to make sense of life right now. And guys, this book will give you the data, and it also, what I love about it is it gives you a game plan. So it gives you a safe way. So I'm not a Luddite, right? Like, I am not anti-technology. I'm sitting here making a video to show you on social media. So I'm obviously not anti-social media. I am into it. It's changed my life for the better, and there's lots of good that comes from it. And I encourage my kids to someday use social media responsibly, when you can use it as a tool to advance your goals and get you where you want to be in life. But when kids get on it, they are consumers, and they are getting hijacked at a brain level by this stuff, and it is cooking and warping and stunting their proper development in all kinds of ways. The book breaks it down. So you don't want your kid to be this anxious, depressed, like non-functional kid. Like, you want them to be able to think for themselves, have agency, and to have a great childhood. And you have to be smart about devices. You have to be smart about it. So read The Anxious Generation. It's 100% mandatory. I demand you read this if you're a parent. It'll tell you this is the age that I would recommend introducing a smartphone with limitations to your kid. And these are the ages that I would recommend removing some of those limitations. And so we're trying to get it to them, but in the right order, at the right ages, so they're ready and capable, so they have a chance of being able to handle it in a way that blesses their life instead of curses their lives, instead of gives them damage. We want to give them blessing from those devices and this great technology that exists. So one of the biggest things you need to do as a parent is teach yourself and teach your child how to handle technology properly. The anxious generation is going to show you exactly how serious it is, give you all the data, and give you some great tips and tricks, and you're going to come away with some changes that are going to change your family forever in a better way. You must read it. Read The Anxious Generation.